Right. Good afternoon at you all. You're most welcome to this second lesson this holiday from the Holistic Learning Platform. And my name is Masava Erisa. I work with Mbali Secondary School. I also work with the Holistic Learning Platform as a teacher of mathematics and ICT. This afternoon we'll be continuing with our topic that we had introduced last week. And today we happen to have slightly much work that we have to cover because of time. And our interest is to make sure you master these concepts such that you use them when you get back to your respective schools, but also to apply the knowledge that this chapter calls for to beautify your compounds and maybe any other thing that you would come up with. Before we start, I would give a chance to at least one person to give us an opening prayer. And when you put up your hand to give us an opening prayer, you also get a chance to tell us your full names and the school where you come from. And you'll also be given a chance to say a word to the class. As usual, we always give a chance to about 3 people to say hello to the class. And they always tell us their names and where they're coming from. If you're ready to give us the opening prayer, your hand up and you'll be given permission to open your microphone and give us the opening prayer. Let's get one person to give us an opening prayer. I want to encourage you to kindly rename your devices such that we call you by name. We have anyone to give us the opening prayer, and make sure you make sure you're able to put up your hand anyway, because you may be putting up the physical hand that side. All right, Trisha, you can give us the opening prayer. Trisha, your microphone is closed. Open it, then give us the opening prayer, or else we give chance to Annie. Trisha, you there?
Yeah. Humble yourselves and we pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Oh Lord, we want to thank you for the gift of life and the gift of this lesson that we are going to attend. I pray that you may put your hand onto us so that we may be able to understand and interpret whatever they are going to teach us. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Trisha. Your name and the school. Can we type amen in the chat? Believe in that prayer.
Yes?
You can give us your full names and the school where you're coming from.
I come from St. Joseph's Nagalama in Mukono.
Then your full name is Trisha? Yes, go on, Trisha.
Trisha Microm.
All right, we've been hearing from Trisha. She's telling us she's from St. Joseph Nagalama. You're most welcome. Great for us, those people. When you go back, I'll give chance to 2 boys, 2 girls to say hello to class. Give us your names and the schools where you come from. But also, it's very important to tell us where you're calling from. It could be Mbale, it could be Kampala, it could be Bududa, it could be even out of the country. We'll be very glad to hear where you're coming from. Giving chance to G. This is Paul Jane. Paul, you can go on. Tell us that full name, where you come. Meanwhile, we are going to give chance to 2 boys, 2 girls. So put up your hand if you want to say hello to class. And this is a math lesson. So if you can tell us something that encourages us to study math this afternoon, it will be very good. Over to you. Paul, we can't hear you. Raise your voice up if at all you're speaking. Okay, Paul seems to have probably a problem with this gadget he's using. Can we get the next person? Paul, put down your hand. We can't hear anything from you. And if there is no person giving us at least saying hello to class, am I even audible up to that side? Okay, we'll continue from where we ended last week. This is a math lesson that is brought to you by the Holistic E-Learning Platform. And we've had this now our first lesson was held last week on Monday, same time. And we're talking about, we talked about the important books. I remember showing you those important books, just in case you're new here. I told your friends last week that before you go back to your schools, make sure you buy at least these two books. Buy one of them. It is going to help you do the revision, but also try to read slightly ahead. The first book is New Lower Secondary School Curriculum. It's a mathematics book that was written by the author that I can't see here, but it's Baruch, yes. Up here, you can tell your parents to get for you that. Then we have one by the Vision Publishing Company. So you can look for them. The Vision Group has a good book here that you can buy, not only for math, but for even other subjects, such that it helps you when you start term 2. We talked about the topics that I can display here for those who are new here. The topics that you're supposed to cover in senior 1 are 14 of them in number, the last one being time and timetables. So we expect you to study how to make timetables, but also how to work with time in senior 1, and preferably topics for term 1 and term 2. The topics that we needed to concentrate so much on. And we said all the schools where you're coming from must have covered the first 4 topics. And at the Holistic E-Learning Platform, we always pick the first topic of the next term students are going to. And preferably we picked topic number 6, which is sequencing and patterns, on assumption that many schools have already covered geometric constructions for schools that have moved very fast in the syllabus, but also it was a little difficult for us to prepare you quickly to get those geometric sets maybe, and because it was on the short notice. So we thought let's pick topic number 6, and it is where we are this afternoon. It's what we're going to look at this afternoon. We introduced this last week, and a good number of you were here. You remember what we talked about. So the chapter that we are talking about is under the theme pattern and algebra, and UNEB is going to set for you one question from pattern and algebra, like I guided you last time. And we looked at a number of things, including the keywords, but allow me take you very fast to the exercise that was given for this lesson for last week. And this exercise is here, but before maybe I talk about this exercise, I'm going to review last week's lesson using this activity that was the very last. You were supposed to find the next term in this sequence. So I'll request that if you have where to write, let's have this sequence written down, and you tell me the next term in that sequence and why you say it is the next term. If you already know the next value, or if you want to tell us how to do it, you can put up your hand. You start by telling us your school and your full names. Then we'll give you a chance to tell us what your views are on that sequence. It is an activity we did last time, so I believe it's not very hard. The sequence is 3, 9, 27, then 81. What do you think is the next number? For now, I don't want to read from the chart. But if you have something, you have the answer that you want to put across, put your hand up and we give you a chance to go ahead. We have 30, we have 3, 9, 27, 81. What do you think is the next number in that sequence? Let's not use the chat. Let's not use the chat. Tyrus, if that is how they pronounce your name. Tyrus, you can go on.
243.
That's one of the answers. 243. Any other person? Yes, Tyrus. And then we have Ethan. Ethan, you can go on. What do you think is the answer?
243.
243 is the same answer. Joy Tendo, you can go on if you have a different answer. Joy Tendo, proceed.
I have 243.
243. Ocean, do you have different answer?
No, I have 243.
Okay. Ocean, you can take us through how did you get the 243? Maybe we are to Ocean, you can go on. How did you get the 243? Or we give the chance to the next person.
My
Okay. Ocean's network seems not to be very good. Joy Tendo, you can tell us, how did you get that 243?
I added 3 to every number.
Did you add 3? So from 3 to get 9, you added 3. Does it give us 9? 3 plus 3 gives us 6. Joyce, Juice, is that the pronunciation? Juice World?
I multiplied 3 to all
First,
the
start
numbers.
by Juice World, tell us your names.
My name is Mubiru Warren. The way I got my answer was multiplying 3 to all the numbers.
Multiplying, yes, it's maybe multiplication. That is, let me correct. Yeah, multiplication is the correct. So when you multiply 3 by 3, you get 9. And when you multiply 9 by 3, you get 27. So to get 81, you must have multiplied 27 times 3. And definitely, you have to multiply 81 times 3 to give us the answers 243 over there. So I wanted to tell you something this afternoon that when you're multiplying through, this one here is always constant, it is standard. And this one here is called a rule. It's called a rule. It's very important for you to know that that one is called the rule of the sequence. And This upper one here, this upper one up to this side, the rule guides you on how this should look like. So this particular one is called a sequence. Sequence. Yeah, so we have a rule, we have a sequence. So this subtopic that we ended with last week was talking about describing the general rule. So the general rule is this one here that Moviru Warren has told us that was multiplying through by 3. So every time you're asked to fill the missing terms, start by understanding the rule that they were using, and it can help you get that sequence. So I want to take you then to the exercise that we looked at last week, and a good number of you submitted this exercise, and I downloaded. So this particular response has more than one item. It has the next term, which is 243. And for those who have tried again, when you multiply 243, your answer becomes 729, and so on and so on. So we talked about this exercise. I encourage you to do it. And most people have given their responses on WhatsApp. I'm going to display them here. But specifically, I wanted to get someone to take us through that first question. You're supposed to tell us the next 3 numbers or the next 3 terms in each of the following sequences. And when you're going through, now, if you're not sure of your video background, turn the video, but if you're very sure, you can leave the video on. So I was telling you that if we get one person, we should get one person to take us through that question number 1. You put up your hand and say, I'm taking part A, part B, or part C, or part E of this. We're going to sample out only 2 of those sequences, and all our time is going to be on number 2. So I want to see the hands up. If you have any of these sequences that you want to take us through. Ocean, your network was not clear previously. Try to open the microphone and test and see if you can take us through one of these items.
I moved closer to the internet source, so I want to take you guys through number 1A.
Number 1A. Are you using a laptop or that's the phone and I help you to write?
I'm using a phone.
A phone. Okay. Number 1A. Are you
Yes.
able to write my screen directly, or I write for you from this side as you speak?
Write for me, please.
Okay, so number 1A, I'm going to write it in blue. It has 1, 3, 5, 7. Yes, you can proceed from there.
After that, it's 9, 11.
First, hold on. I want to change this color. After that, it is 9.
9. 11. 13.
13, yes.
And so on.
Yeah, can't you give us the next one?
They're odd numbers.
Oh, these are odd numbers. No wonder you guessed them very fast. Okay. You're going to take us through how did you get 9? How did you get 11? How did you get 13 quickly?
I added 2 to everything.
So from 1, you're adding 2. You get 5, you added 2 on this, and so on. What is important here is that Now, is Warren, is Ocean a boy, a girl? I've not
A
got
girl.
that. Now, she was adding 2 as her general rule. So what is important in this activity is that you need to get the rule that they are using to do this. Thank you, Ocean, and want to get the next person, Central C. Now, the person is using Central C. I would want to know the person's name. If the Central C person doesn't talk to us, then Nansana, Angel, you can prepare to take us through. Central C, what is your name?
My name is Asima Ashley Paul Heisen. I come from St. Maria Goretti, SS Katende, located in Pidge.
I beg your pardon, your name, Asime?
Ashley Paul Heisen.
Yeah, Ashley Paul. Okay, I tried to check your name. I've tried to rename. I don't know if it is the correct spelling. Paul, you can go on. Which one are you taking us through?
Number B.
Part B. Okay. Part B is, are you able to write, or I write for you from this side?
Write for me, please.
We have 2, 5. Yes, you can proceed. 8. Yes, Ashley Paul. Which one is the next?
14.
14, yes.
17.
17, yes.
20.
20.
23.
Yes, and so on. You want to add, okay? 23.
26.
6, perfect. So, and so on. They wanted only the first 3 terms, and you've done that so well. I want to know the rule that you were using to come up with those answers.
To obtain the above numbers in the sequence, we must add 3 to the previous numbers.
Adding 3 to the previous numbers rather. Yes, to give. So the rule here is that they are adding 3 to get. Okay, so thank you, Paul. Let's hear from Nansana. Angel. Angel can proceed from there. Angel, your microphone is closed.
Yes.
Proceed.
I'm going to do 1C.
1C, 4. Are you able to write?
No, please help.
But you people seem to be. Okay, let's proceed. Angel?
The next 3 numbers are -4,
-4,
-6,
-4, -6,
and -8.
-8. And take us through how you were able to get this.
I subtracted 2 from all the numbers to obtain the next 3.
Okay, she was subtracting 2 the previous numbers to get. So the general rule here is subtract from each. And for those who remember your integers, because someone may confuse -4 minus 2, why is it going to -6? You might need to remember your. Yeah. That is it from Angel. Thank you. I think this is a perfect one. Can I get the next person to take us through the remaining 2? Is anyone ready to take us through any of them? Caleb? Yes, Caleb, you can proceed. Karib, proceed, Karib. Karib, I can't hear you completely.
What is do number one part D?
Number one part what?
D.
D.
Part D.
Okay, proceed, Karib.
4.1.
Anyone able to hear Karib? I'm struggling to hear him from this side. Are you able to hear him?
Yes, teacher.
I'm unable to hear you so well. Are you very far from the microphone?
No.
Okay, proceed. You're doing part D or E?
Part D. Doing part
Okay, proceed. Let's see. Part D is having decimals.
4.1. 4.7.
Fast rate. I really don't know where I can write this. Fast rate, a little. Okay, 4.1.
4.1.
4.7.
4.7. 5.3.
5.3. Yes.
5.9.
5.9. Yes.
6.5.
0.5. Yes. I want to know the next.
The next numbers are 7.1.
7.1.
7.7.
7.7.
8.3.
8.3. Right. And so on, maybe. So explain why you were able to get that. How are you getting those values?
I added 0.6 to every decimal.
0.6.
6.
Caleb is adding 0.6 on every number. Zero 0.6 on every number. Now, okay, that's it from Caleb. Thank you. And unless anyone has a question on how to add the 0.6, but I want to say that is what you're supposed to do. And Caleb has clearly added that so well from that side. Can we get the next person to take us through number 2? Let's have your hand up if you feel you can guide the whole class, you can guide the whole country, you can guide the whole students on how to handle the question that seemed a little complicated for students. That was number 2. Read it and read it and read it again to see if you can understand it and guide us. First person to put the hand up was Gertrude. Let's have Gertrude on the floor.
I discussed, I want to discuss number 1 part B.
What?
Number 1 part E.
Eh, Okay, I thought we had gone to the part E. That is 3.
Yeah, so I'm not hearing you.
I'm saying we had moved to number 2, but quickly take us through number part E and we proceed. 3.42.
3.56, 3.70,
Yes.
3.84, 3.94,
First, hold on. Next one is 9.
3.94,
3.94.
4.08,
8.
4.22,
And what is the rule?
yes,
What is the rule you're using to get those values?
I added 0.14 to every number.
Adding 0.14.
14. Halfway.
That is sustainable. Right. Thank you, Gertrude. And try to manage the account. And yeah, this question was a bit terrible. I'm going to share and show you how people were trying to answer these answers. But maybe before that, I want someone to clear number 2, part 1, part 2, part 3, up to the last one. Put up your hand and give us one of those Roman numbers. You can start with Roman number 1, Roman number 2, or you can do the next Roman number to give us a good start for that question. Now, our internet is very slow as a country, so we may expect, so if you're having disturbance in your network, just know it is not only your phone, specifically people who are using Airtel, but even this morning we had issues with MTN as well. So if you have a place where you don't trust your internet, try to Angel, you can go on. If Angel is not ready, can we hear from Susan? Susan, I think. Susan, you can proceed.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Susan.
The first eight multiples of 8 are 8. Teacher, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I'm hearing you, Susan. I just want to make sure you hear. Yes, proceed.
The first 8 multiples are the first 8 multiples of 8 are 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56, and 64.
Beg your pardon, it is 8, 16. Proceed, Susan. It is 8, 16, then We seem to have lost Susan. And if she's still here with us, her network is very good. Okay. Susan should stabilize her network. Maybe we'll give her a chance later. Ayo, you can please.
24.
24. Susan, maybe get a better network as Ayo takes us through this same question. Let me know when your network is good. You can end up doing Roman number 2. Ayo, you can proceed.
24, 32, 40,
24.
48, 56, and 64.
And 6 what?
64.
64. And 64. So these are the first 8 multiples of 8, and you've written them down. So this is Roman number 1, and thank you, Ayo, for rescuing Gondi, this girl. Let's see who can give us, write down the first 8 multiples. Write down the first 8 multiples of 8, first 8 multiples of 6. I want now the multiples of 6, the first 8 of them. We see if we can get our answer. The multiples of 8, multiples of 6, the first 8 of them. Don't know who is opening up the floor. Multiples of 6, Akena, you can proceed. Paul, close your microphone. Akena, you can proceed. Multiples of 6, Akena, we can't hear you. Maybe we can. Akena, open your microphone. I'm going to help you open from this side, but you should learn how to open the microphone at all. Akena, proceed. Unmute and talk. We can't hear you. Akena, unmute and talk to us. We can't hear anything from that side. Okay, as Akena takes time to open her microphone. Tyrus, you can proceed. Tell us the multiples of first 8 multiples
6.
of 6.
12.
12, yes.
18.
18.
24.
30.
30.
Yes.
36.
36.
42.
42.
48.
48. All right. Thank you, Tyrus. And this is now done. Tyrus, first tell us, how are you getting the multiples of 6? Is it possible to tell us?
I said 1 times 6 equals 6. 2 times 6 equals 12. 3 times 6 equals 18.
What are multiples, first of all? Maybe tell us, starting from
The number you get after multiplying.
any number you get after multiplying. Okay, that is what Cyrus can tell us, any number that you get after multiplying. Any other person who can tell us what do we mean when we say multiples? I feel his response still has something is missing, but then of course when you multiply, you get multiples. I'm going to lower everyone's hand. Any person putting up the hand then will be telling us what does multiple mean? What is a multiple of a number? When they tell you, give us the multiples of 6, which numbers do they want? And why do they always be those numbers? Can it be explained? Anyone who can help us? Multiples of 8 start from 8. Yes, Ocean, you can proceed.
Like they mean like the product of when you divide 8 by like a counting number, those are multiples of 8.
I beg your pardon?
I'm saying multiples are like the product of when you divide a number, when you multiply a number by a certain number, by like a counting number.
Okay, that is another good one. Ocean, when you divide from the natural numbers. Okay, that is good. Akena, you want to try? All right, so let's make sure you understand. Make sure you understand what a multiple is, but what I can tell you from this side is that when they talk of multiples of 8, they mean those numbers that can be divided by 8 and they leave no remainder. And in most cases, it is 8 itself that starts. And the next number that can divide 8 completely and doesn't leave a number is 16. Like that. So they want the first 8 of them. And for 6, they also, yes, Redmi, someone is using a phone called Redmi, but I really can't know who the person. Gertrude is saying a multiple is a figure that can be divided by a counting number and does not leave no mean. Right? Ethan, you can go on. Your hand is up. Now you're writing in the chat. I took you through how to write, how to raise your hand. Ethan, you can proceed. Ethan. Okay, Ethan can't speak to us. Gertrude, your hand is up. You want to submit something else? Okay, Gertrude's hand is still here, it's going down. And 50 seri, if that is how they pronounce that name, seri, is telling us that a number you get after multiplying 2 numbers. Okay, let's go. I've told you what a multiple is. Divides by that number, leaves no remainder. What is the smallest number that is multiple? What is the smallest number that is a multiple of both 6 and 8? Is it there? And Brian to Hazy, you've not talked to us, so maybe you can take up from there. Brian? Brian, open your microphone and tell us that number that is smallest for both 6 and 8.
24.
Yeah, 24, and that is the one we call the LCM, and that is going to be 24. All right. Part 4 says, if 48 is the nth multiple of 12, what is n? Multiple of 12, what is n? So, who can tell us? Now, this is the hardest. It challenged almost everyone in this WhatsApp group. If 48 is multiple of 12, what is n? And they were meaning the position. There are these same hands that are coming up. I'm going to pick people here at random. If you can't give us the answer, we'll request that we remove you from meeting probably. People are writing in the chat. I will request, let me put down the hands for everyone. And I want to find out who can help here as a co-host. And you keep reading for me what is in the chat because I can't manage to do that from this side. Gertrude, are you able to do that? Gertrude, your hand is up. Are you able to do that, or we get someone else? Open your microphone if you're talking to us. Can I get one person who can help us as a co-teacher here to kindly read for us what is in the chat? And preferably, if it needs response, you can reply to it. Matthew, are you able to do that?
The chat says that fourth, N is fourth.
Okay, Matthew, you will be taking that. You'll be reminding me if there is anything maybe that I need to check in the chat. You may not say it now.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. I'll be working with Matthew here, so make sure you read for me what is happening on that side in the chat. So I was talking about the last one, which is Roman number 4, the hardest perhaps. Can I get one person to take us through that? Put up your hand. How you did it. Matthew, keep closing your microphone all the time, such that you only open when you want to tell us something that probably is in the chat. Who did number 4 and you're very sure what you did? Tap your hand. Okay.
I got 48 and I divided it by 12.
48 and divided by 12 to give you the answers what?
4.
4. Right, that is from him. Any other person who can give us the other way that you did that? And Nansana, do you have an alternative way you did that? Nansana, you can proceed. Nansana, I can't hear you. Angel?
I identified 48 as the fourth multiple of 12. I listed the multiples of 12 and identified 48 as the fourth multiple.
Right.
And so 48 is the multiples of 12.
Of 12, yes, sorry. Okay, let's see.
I listed them and identified 48 as the fourth.
Okay, let's list them together. 12 and what?
The multiples of 12.
Yes, include
12, 24,
24,
36,
36, yes,
48,
48,
60,
yes. Which one?
72,
Which one?
and so on.
I've not had after 48, you put what?
36.
You're breaking a lot, but at least I've had help her. Get you from there. Angel, thank you. From 48, we go to Gertrude. I gave you this chance. Or who else is? Which one?
Teacher, I said in my equation I wrote 48 equals to 12, but n equals to a question mark. Then I said 12n equals 48 divided by 12. Then I got n equals to 9. So 9. So if n times 12 equals to 48, 9 times 12 equals to 48.
First, give us that again. You said? All right, Gertrude seems.
In my equation, I said.
Gertrude seems to have a very crowded background. Get a better place and get back and give you a chance. But at least what I can say here is that I'm not sure if what the first person gave us is the right one. But what I expected students to do in this Roman number 4 was to get the multiple of 12, list them down, then count where. List the multiples of 12, reach, maybe list about 6 of them or 7, locate where there is 48 and tell us the position, which is n. So every time you get that number is the one that we abbreviate as TH, and TH stands for the position in most cases. So according to what this girl has told us, 48 is in position number 4, and 4 is the correct response for that number. For that number 4, Roman number, for number 2, Roman number 4 as the value of n. So every time we are talking about these equations of the straight, every time we're talking about these sequences and we talk about the nth term or anything, we are always meaning the position. So this one, I wanted to display what students had written in their answers that I collected from WhatsApp, and maybe allow me see if I can have this shared before we can get to what we are supposed to look at this afternoon. The exercise had so many responses, but what I want to discourage you is that let's not be sending out exercises without our names. We can't easily understand who has submitted that work when we are marking. So I'm going to display this work in the WhatsApp group. This is the responses that I got. Of course, specifically, you can see clearly that people were not writing their names. So it's a bit very hard for me to know if you're doing the right thing. Specifically, I'm going to look for a student who did that last question is the one that I'm interested in. And yes, this one had N as 60, no name, and N as 60. And there were errors in getting those multiples that we've now cleared. I pray that you go back and try to correct your books. Unfortunately, I did not organize this work according to the number. Maybe Jasmine Kwagala Lois had something here. Let me see if she also got the value of n. Yeah, she got the value of n as 4. But after dividing through, I'll see if those divisions work later on, and this will be posted on WhatsApp. This is, I don't know the name here, but the handwriting seems to be for a girl. And the LOCM, she got 24, which was correct as well. But the value of n is 4. This was the another good procedure. Probably I can put a tick here, just that when we put this on WhatsApp, you can be able to know that that was correct. So I'll go through everything here And this one also got, I don't see. Rebecca, your hand is up. Can tell us.
Excuse me, sir.
Hmm.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please, Rebecca, you can proceed.
I never attended I never attended the other mathematics lesson.
Yeah, the recording was shared. I will have to reshare it for you to maybe see what we studied. No worries. So I wanted to just show you how people.
In the WhatsApp
I'm going.
group.
Yes, on the WhatsApp group.
But I'm not in the
Now,
WhatsApp group.
maybe
Excuse me.
I'll request that anyone who has the WhatsApp group link to share it in the chat such that that girl can join. Or else you'll remind me to add you later on after the lesson. Don't worry.
Okay.
Let me my number. Yes. I was trying to go through that work. Send me probably a direct message. Someone has already shared that. This is not a WhatsApp group. This is a Zoom link. But if you get the WhatsApp group, you share it such that your friends can join. Now, this is Ayo's work, and she did some good work as well. I pray that she passed that. Unfortunately, I received only one page for Ayo. If she has another work, this is Paula. Okay, that was it. Then in today's lesson, I shared an activity in the morning that you were supposed to have gone through. I'm just going to display this activity here for everyone. Just take a screenshot just in case you did not see that on WhatsApp, especially for those who are not on WhatsApp. The activity is here. And we are going to share it. Try to zoom such that you're able to read that activity. And I'm going to display what people have submitted on WhatsApp, but we are also going to discuss how to solve number 1A up to number 12. So let's kindly go through that activity for those who have not done, and for those who have done, let's submit it on WhatsApp. For those who have not done, let's try it out very fast. And I'm going to display the answers here shortly. right? I was trying to wait for people to try out this activity. It was posted in the morning, and I want to share what I received from the students that morning. This is the response. I'm going to share this work on WhatsApp such that we try to go through where the mistakes were. The first person to submit the work was, according to what I have here, is Barinda. Jude Evans, I don't know if Jude Evans is here. I would request that, yes, Barinda. Okay, just always make sure you put your name. And if Barinda is here, she will at some point explain to us how she got her answers. And let me see, this Barinda. Okay, the next one is Ayo. Now, Ayo seems to be a very serious student, and we pray that you get what you want. She got for us this as her answers, and I don't know if Ayo is also on this call. She would also help us explain how she got. I'm going to post this work on WhatsApp such that everyone can go through their work. Amos, you're sending your work now. Okay, we'll see what to do. And this was Ni Mabo. Christina. I can't see that name well, but she also had the correct responses. Then we had this is Agava Paula, even when the camera was a bit faint. Now Agava Paula, make sure you focus your camera when you're taking a photo. Make sure it is visible. Much as me, I would be able to read, but maybe some people would not be able to read that. So maybe work on your camera skills, take the camera so well, take the picture so well. But otherwise, your work was good. And we also had this one, the name is not there, but we have, this is Stella Laula. Her camera is also faint, but she has a fairly good handwriting and she was passing everything right. And pray that you remember those things. And this one, I didn't like how he got these answers. And this was Shama. Shama, your last question was attempted so well, but the first one was not so well. In this one has no name. Unfortunately, with no name, I may not look there. And this one, no name still, was the last. Okay, if you're here in the lesson and your work was, and you've seen your work as well, if you're in the lesson and you've seen your work, you'll put up the hand and take us through how you got your answers. I want to start what we are to look at this afternoon. It's slightly exciting and we are getting late. So put up your hand, and if you've seen your work, put up the hand and take us through how you got your answers for this activity. If you've seen your work, yes, Ayo, probably. Nasana, I am not sure if your network has stabilized. That's why I've not given you a chance. Ayo, you can proceed.
On the first number, I studied.
Are you able to see it? When you see it, you tell me to stop.
Okay.
At least I saw this girl's work. Yes, it's here.
On the first number, I studied the sequence, and the sequence was of counting numbers. So I drew 7 balls in the way that they were drawn in the sequence.
Yes, that's why you came up with the 7th one like that. Now, this is what they were doing. The first one is just 1 dot. The second one, 2 dots. The third one, 2 dots. They add 1 on top, and it's exactly what she did. Then I think even on the On the second question, she did the same. And you can see that she passed that so well. Can I get 3? Number 2 is almost the same. And Ayo has already told us that. I want number 3. Okay, maybe people are not here because of time. For number 3, what I expected students to do is this. You were given an activity that looks like that. And this activity is very, very clear. They are telling you that taking n as 1, 2, 3, and so on, what is the 10th term of this sequence? The 10th term of this sequence, you can write 2n minus 1 is equals, then you write all these terms. Or maybe let me get someone to give us this. Number 3, part 1, even if your work is not here. Number 3, part 1. Who wants to take us through number 3, part 1? Number 3, part 1. Okay, Namaro, Christina, yes, I saw your work as well. Christina, you can go on. Okay, if Christina is not, Christina, I can't hear you. Okay, Matthew, you can proceed.
N minus 1 equals 2.
Matthew?
We continue by writing the sequence 2n minus 1 equals 2.
2m?
2n minus 1 equals 2.
2n minus 1 equals 2.
Then we subtract 1 from 2n. 2n minus 1 equals 1 minus 1.
Okay, I seem not to have understood what you're trying to do, but maybe because of time, allow me to take you through what is expected. Because of time, let's close the microphone, Matthew. Okay, so when you're given n as 1, 2, 3, and so on. So if they want the 10th term, they want you to, where there is, so here, now here what is happening is that the n is representing the positions. And the first position is 1, the second position is 2, the third position is 3. Now, if you want to generate this sequence, you're supposed to use this formula they have given you, 2n minus 1, like that. And we want to get this sequence. So this sequence will be the first term of this sequence is going to be where there is n, we are going to replace with 1. So it becomes 2 into bracket 1 minus 1. So that one becomes 2 minus 1 to give us our answer as 1. So this becomes the first term of the sequence. The second term of the sequence where there is n, we put 2. 2 into 2 minus 1. So this will be 4 minus 1 to give us 3 as the answer. So this becomes 3. The next term, someone who wants the WhatsApp, yes, the WhatsApp group link has been shared. So the next term is going to be where there is n, we put 3. So this will be 2 into 3 times minus 1, giving us 6 minus 1 to give us the answer as 5. So this becomes 5, like that. Now, the 10th term, I'm going to skip here and tell you that the 10th term will be where there is n, we put 10. This will be 2 into 10 minus 1. So this becomes 20 minus 1 to give us the answer as 19. That's why people who have 19 as their answers have got the answer right. Is there any question there? If there is any question, first ask, I answer it before we go to number 2. So the 10th term is 19. So you come here and conclude and say, therefore, the 10th term is 19, depending on how you have got it. So that is a very important conclusion. I want to get the hand up if there is any question about that, or else I want to try out number 2, number 3, I mean part B, part C, and part D from you. I want someone to try out. I'm going to try out part B. Rebecca?
Excuse me, sir. You were saying about the WhatsApp what? And my network got off.
You have shared the link, just use it, click on it and proceed. It will take you to
in
the
the
WhatsApp.
chat?
Yes.
It's in the chat?
Yes. Maybe someone should share it again. Okay, it's there. I've shared it myself again. Okay, so I'm going to do the next one, which is part B. They wanted the 8th term. 8th term. 8th term is done like this. 8th term. 8th term. So when they say 8th term, it means n is equal to 8 because it is the 8th term. So for part B, you get 3 times 8, which is the 8th term. And 3 times 8, what is that answer? 3 times 8, who can tell us that answer? 3 times 8. 3 times 8, 24. Yes, someone has told us the answer is 24. Okay, 3 times 8 is 24, and that was going to be the 8th term of that sequence. Okay, I want people to get the 5th term of that sequence. 5th term. And I expected you to have got all this in your activity while you were trying out. Otherwise, that for those who have not clearly got that, yes, the next one, the answer is 21, but we're going to see how to get that in our lesson today. So what we are seeing here, what we are seeing here, this one here is called the general rule of a sequence, and it is what we are going to study in today's lesson. I wanted to give you so early that you try to go through it and understand it before the lesson, but most of you could have not got a chance to go through it, but it's what we're going to look at in today's lesson. It's called the general rule, and our lesson today is focusing on how to, let me see this slide. Our lesson today is going to focus on how to get this general rule and allow me to take you back to our lesson, generating, how to use it rather. Today's lesson is going to be how to use this rule that I have just showed, and we are going to end with learning how to generate that rule. And maybe before we do anything on this, let me just cover this up. How do I cover this?
Yes, someone. I'm fine, sir.
Okay, let me cover this such that we can concentrate on this. Okay, I was saying in today's lesson, we are going to concentrate so much on generating numbers in a sequence when you're given a general, formula, like the one that was in number 3 of today's activity. And that is what we're going to concentrate on. So if you had not got this very well in the previous activity, kindly concentrate now such that you see how to generate numbers of a sequence when you're given a formula. That is what we're going to concentrate on this afternoon so much. I'm going to request that you relax yourselves a little bit and we look at how to generate numbers using a sequence because you can be given a formula, 2n plus 7. What are the first 10 numbers of that sequence? So relax a little bit by maybe I'll stop sharing my screen such that I can give people a chance to relax a little bit. And how do you relax? Maybe you need to use the chat, you need to open the microphone, because then if you don't understand how to generate numbers of a sequence when you're given a formula, you would have almost missed today's lesson. So relax a little bit. I want to also open my presentation here and prepare the next question. And in the chat, can we talk about maybe location? Where are you calling in from? Me, I'm in Bali City, and maybe you can also tell us your favorite food. My favorite food is rice, and probably when you mix it with some, I don't know which nice dish you can use here. And someone is from Namgongo, you're most welcome. And from Namgongo, the favorite dish or meal is rice as well. Someone is from Juba. Juba is South Sudan, very sure. So I would request that you get your books, you get your pens. We are going to talk, yes, Mbale City, that is Rebecca. And you're most welcome, Rebecca from Mbale City. And let's encourage people to come to Mbale City and see the most cleanest city here. In Entebbe, then we have Abuja. Now, Abuja, I'm not sure if this is true. Abuja seems to be Sudan. Abuja is the capital city of Nigeria. Now, let's not use WhatsApp now. I'm going to close this WhatsApp for now because we're not supposed to use it during lesson time. And yeah, I still want to read about where people are calling in from. Kampala, Nsambia, Kira, Makerere College. Now, Makerere College is not a place, unfortunately. Tell us where you are exactly. So, yes, someone is telling me the favorite food is matoke. Yeah, my favorite food is KFC, and I stay. Now, KFC, Gertrude, you may need to explain to us from Namgongo, Impala, Oboko. This is Joy Luzira, the girl from Makerere College. It's from Luzira. All right. Namaro Christina Hila. All right. I want us to talk about to talk about generating of numbers. Where you get it? Who is from where you get it here? Arthur is from where you get it. And okay, let's stop the places. Talk about the favorite food as I share my screen here to talk about how to generate numbers if you're given a formula. And it's going to be our topic or what we will be discussing so much this afternoon. And I want to read about what people would enjoy to eat so much here. Okay, people, I stay National Housing, Impala Estate, all right, Makerere College. Okay, meat, hey, kalo, chicken. Then pork from Arthur, then chicken, rice and chicken, Angela. I think Angela, I would love to eat that as well. Okay, let's stop. Let's not write now in the chat. Let's get our mind focused here on generating the sequences. And probably I want to see people with their pen and book. If you have a pen and book, maybe I should also get my pen and book because we need to write. We need to write. Pen and book. If you have a pen and book, your camera can open. If you have a pen and book, the camera can open and we see. If you have a pen and book, and if it will be very exciting if you even have a ruler, you have a set, and yes, Tyrus has, and maybe can be the first person to be viewed by everyone. Caleb, I've seen it as well. Joy Tendo, unfortunately, I can't see for Joy Tendo. Joy Tendo, yes, this is Caleb. Yes, Caleb, that is good. That's a notebook. You can wave to the class at least before you go. Then, Caleb, how do you wave? Waving is hard. You wave hard. All right, Joy Tendo, let me see. Yeah, Caleb, we've seen that. And Joy Tendo. All right, who else has a book here? Christina. Christina, all right, that is good as well. Who else? Who else has a book here? My internet seemed to have slowed down. Asime Paul. Asime Paul, finally. Then Ethan. Ethan, let me see. Ethan. Ethan, where is the book? Wow, I can see the book is there. And you see you're using headsets as well. Angela. Angela, this is Angel. Angel, I've not seen the book, and Angel has textbooks. Are those textbooks as well? Yeah, that is another serious student, okay? Then who else? Matthew. Matthew is from Abuja. Said he's from Abuja. Matthew said you're from Abuja. I'm not sure, but then your camera is also not very good, but at least I've seen. And I have just arrived from New York. John Paul. I'm not sure if people are from, do people know New York really? And okay, that is it. For those who are ready to write, that is very good. I'll continue the lesson from there. We want to learn how to generate. We want to learn how to generate these numbers. And the first activity is here. You've been given your formulas to n, and you're supposed to generate the number of the sequence. All right, sorry about that. We are talking about generating sequence. Unfortunately, my network here is very, very poor, and I am going on and off every other time that it goes off. Yeah, let's hold on for my laptop to get back. But I was telling you that they can give you a formula and you're supposed to generate the sequence. And the first question that has been put here is, you're supposed to generate a sequence. They have given you the formula as 2n. Let me share that screen shortly here. All right, hold on shortly as I bring back my screen. Okay. So the screen is here finally. And I don't know if you're able to see it. Yes. The activity says you're supposed to generate a sequence if the formula is 2n. Now, normally this is how they ask these questions. They will give you a formula. They will give you a formula and they want you to generate the sequence. So here the formula is 2n, and this is what I expect you to do. You're supposed to write 2n like that, and you generate the sequence. We always write this sequence in brackets as if we are writing the set. Now, n always represents counting numbers, and that is from 1 to infinity. So where there is n, you keep replacing it with the number. So the first one would be 2 times 1 to give us 2. The next one would be 2 times 2 to give us 4. So the next one will be 6. The next one will be 8. Next one will be 10, and so on, like that. So that is how you are supposed to generate that sequence. How do you generate it? You start replacing n by the counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and n represents the position of that term. And specifically here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So we've ended on what? And on 5. Yes, these are even numbers, and is the one that has opened the first one. So the next one can be given. They can give you, I'm just sampling here. They can give you a formula that looks like this: 2n minus 6, like that. 2n minus 6. If they give you 2n minus 6, this is how you do it. If they have given you this formula, 2n minus 6, this is how you do it. You get 2n minus 6. This one, the answer becomes, to get the first value here, you get where there is n, you replace it by 1. So this would be 2 times 1. 2 times 1 minus 6 to give us, this will be 2. This will be 2 minus 6 to give us negative 4. So this will be negative 4 as the first answer. So for us to get the next number, we now replace n with 2. So this will be 2 times 2 minus 6. So this will be 4 minus 6 to give us negative 2, and so on, like that. What I wanted to make clear here is that every time there is n, we replace it with these counting numbers. And I have made that clear. So if there is any question, ask, or else I want to leave you with this one activity that I want you to try, and we are going to post the answers on WhatsApp. The activity is here. What sequence do you generate by this formula? 8n minus 5. So where there is n, you're going to replace it by 1, 2, 3, and we are going to write 7 terms only. Don't write so many, 7 terms. Let's write 7 terms. Write the first one, write the second one, write the third. I want to see your answers before I can also put in, right? Only 7 terms. Write only 7 terms in your books. What sequence do you generate by using the formula 8n minus 5? So this is what I expect you to have. You will have 8n minus 5 is equals, then you come up with those values. Let them be 7 of them. I'm waiting to see those answers on WhatsApp, but also when you have the answers, you can also type them in the chat. I'm going to open the WhatsApp link, the WhatsApp group now, such that the answers are posted. Only post the answers. Don't take the conversation. We have very tough administrators on that group. You will be removed instantly. The WhatsApp group is open. Get the answers, take a photo quickly, and post it here. I'm going to also give you a chance to explain how you got your answers. I will wait for the answers. Now make sure let's not use the chat to put the answers. The answers we are putting them on WhatsApp. I'm going to pick one person to explain their answers. Arthur, make sure you put it on a paper and how you got your answers. Suzanne, you've not posted this on WhatsApp. And I'm just waiting for those answers on WhatsApp. I want to display them here before I display the next question. Otherwise, in today's lesson, we are going to concentrate so much. Jayden has not understood. I'm going to display this again. My network is very, very, very poor. And I'm going to display how to get that. For those who have the exercise, try it out again. Ayo, hello. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes, try to bring back host rights here. I don't know if you'll manage to bring them back. I dropped my internet. Do you not? Yes, good. Thank you.
Oh.
Excuse me, sir. Sir. Send me the other work.
Right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Send me the other work of the other last week on Monday.
I'm going to put it on WhatsApp. Just hold on. Now, I want to know how many people have tried this out. You're going to put up your hand and let us know what your answers are. And I'm going to help you to write from this side. Susan, you can proceed. What is your answer? 6N?
Teacher.
Yes, please.
That number I've not yet.
So some of us are not yet seen it. Your internet had gone off.
Okay, so the question is here. And people have put on WhatsApp. I really want to get the one who has tried it out to give us their answers and we. Rebecca, you can proceed.
6n plus 2 equals to 6 times n plus 2. N will represent 1.
N will represent 1 to give us what as the answer? First, give me the sequence, then you will explain later.
Sequence is 8.
Is what?
8.
8. The next one.
It's time.
The next one is what? Those
14.
people who have posted their answers on WhatsApp, just show up here and give us your answers.
So the next one is
14.
Okay, 14.
20.
20. The next is what?
26.
26. Then the next one is
32.
the next one, we want 7 of them.
8. 38.
38.
44.
44. All right, 44 is the last one. 50. Okay, he has given us the bonus answer. All right, this is the sequence that this question wanted. And how do you get 8? How do you get 14? How do you get 20? Is what I want to explain now. So let's kindly look at what I'm going to write here. Rebecca, kindly put down your hand.
I can help you to.
Rebecca, put down your hand. So when you're given such a sequence, let's close our microphones. When you're given such as a formula and they want you to generate a sequence, where there is n, you replace it with counting numbers or any of the numbers that they would have given you at that time. But here, n is representing the counting numbers, and the first one is 1, 2, 3, up to 7. So what these people have done is that to get 8, they are getting, to get 8 as the first number of this sequence, they are getting their n to be equal to 1, like that. So they come to 6n plus 2, where there is n, they are going to replace it with 1. So this becomes 6 times 1 plus 2, like that. So this becomes 6 plus 2 to give us 8. So the 8 you're seeing in that sequence, the 8 you're seeing in that sequence is got like that. So we want to see how to get 14. Someone should put up the hand and tell us how to get 14. How to get 14. Just in case, yes, yes, Erisha J can tell us how to get 14.
So you get 6, because the formula is 6n plus 2, you get 6, then you multiply it by the number they have given you. Let's say for this instance, the number they have given us is 2. So we get 6, to multiply it by 2, then we add that 2. If first bracket and multiply the 6, we get 12, then we add on that 2. That's how we get the 14.
12 plus 2 to get 14. Perfect. And the next person should explain the 20, Rebecca.
We shall say 6 times with 3 into bracket plus 2. That is will be 6 times with 3 is 18 plus 2, that is equals to 20.
$18 plus 2.
Plus 2 equals to 20.
20. Perfect. Thank you, Rebecca. So this is how we are getting those values. And the next one is going to be from Joy Tendo. You told me you had not understood this. I just want to find out if you understood now. Joy Tendo, you can go on. Joy Tendo, your microphone is closed. I can't hear you. Joy Tendo. Okay, your microphone is closed and okay, proceed.
We get 6 times 4. 6 times 4 plus 2.
Plus 2. 6 times 4 is what?
We get 24. 24 plus 2.
To give
equals
us
26.
Equals 6. 26. All right, that is how we get this. This is how we get those the numbers of that sequence, and I pray that you try to understand how to get this. Otherwise, that is what I really wanted us to look at this afternoon, if it wasn't for the network that is really very slow around where I'm logging in from here. So I'm going to display one last activity for us because of time, and we try it out, then we will post the answers.
Suppose we are waiting.
Okay, that is what we have to try out. They have given us 2n squared plus 5. Now, we are going to use still 7. We're using 7 terms, the first one, second, third, up to the 7th one. So this is what I expect you to write. You'll get 2n squared plus 5 is equals, and you list, of course, obviously, the first answer would be 7. I want to see the second up to the last one. Be ready to explain your answer. If you're quick at getting this answer, you can post it even on WhatsApp. Hope you've seen that activity and you've understood it.
Excuse me, sir. The first answer 7 or 9?
The first answer is 7, I think. That is when n is 1.
No, sir, I think it's 9. Sir, it's
The answer is
9. 9.
okay. Probably, let me not put my answers here. Let's just see what the first person gets. But I was seeing it as 7. Let me try it out here and see. So we are using our values of n is equals, the values of n will be equals 1, 2, 3, up to 7. Joytendo, do you have something to ask?
Finished. Ngala kwenyeza abantu.
Otomanyira nawe naffe tumaliza.
Agambye ki?
Finished.
I had someone say finished. I was still also trying it here.
So we are finished.
All right, who is opening up the floor? I want to know. I'm interested in only the sequencing. If you finished, your hand up. Rebecca, have you finished?
Yes.
Start. Rebecca, which school is that?
St. Catherine.
All right, start, proceed. The first word is what?
7. 13.
13.
23.
23.
37.
37, yes. We want 7 of them. Who can continue from where she has ended? Rebecca, thank you.
Welcome.
Yes, Ayo. Rebecca, put down the hand. Ayo.
55
55
and 77.
and 77. All right. So that is how you are supposed to get the 7 terms. I'm not very sure if those are the correct terms. If those are the correct terms, okay, people have them in the chat. Tumwesigwe says 9. Oh, I need to know how Tumwesigwe is getting his answers. This is the first response. The second response is here for, let me
Excuse me,
change.
Sammy, I say those are wrong.
Yeah, don't first say they are wrong. This is Tumwesigwa, Ethan. This is another answer from someone. Maybe let's get another answer. This is Twisigawe. I'm calling this name wrongly. Ethan, try to confirm if this is your answer. I can't pronounce your other name.
Yes, this is my answer.
Right. Any other person with a different answer, you put up your hand and I write it down. Yes, even Ariana. Ariana also has the same answer as to me, as Ethan. All right, let's subject this to vote. Those who believe, I'm going to call this part A. Let me call this A. We are now going to vote. This is the first answer. This is the second answer. And there is A, there is B. Those inside A, those inside B. Now, those inside A seem to be, okay, those inside B have two answers already. Yeah, Teresa was also confirming that she has the same answer as B. If you have answers, if your answers are the same as what these people of group B has, your hand up. Yes, Shama, Teresa, Zerida, Angel. These are 4 people. Their answer, and who knows, maybe this is the perfect answer. There is another person also using ITEL, whose name is not there. I would have probably known his name. All right, those are 5 people that I have seen. Now, people who have their answer as the one that people of group A have got, your hands up. The team A. Team A, Shama, now you have the same answer. Guidance. Shama, your hand was up in the first place. Unless these are 4 people. Only 4 people versus 5. Okay, 5 people now. I want the 6th hand or the 7th, or if you're sure your answer is the one that I put as A, your hand up. If your answer is B, put down your hand. 6 people. Okay. Let's put down our hands and we get to people to explain to us this. I'm going to start with people who have got their answer as part A. If you've got your answer as part A, put up your hand and you tell us how you got the first as 7, the next as 13. I'm going to prepare here where to write. Okay, Rebecca, you can take us through this.
I started like this, yeah? 2n squared plus 5 is equals to 2 times n into bracket plus 5.
Yes.
N will represent 1. All the n's will represent 1. 2 times 1 into bracket plus 5. That is if 2 plus 5 is equals to 7. Another one. 2n squared
Okay.
Plus 5.
First hold on. This is 7. Let's get the person who got 9 to also tell us how they got the 9. I want us to compare this and see the answers. If you're not explaining 9, put down your hand. If you're explaining 9, put your hand up. Okay, let's give chance to Elise. J.
Her name is pronounced Elisha. So
Elisha, okay.
Say 2n squared plus 5. 2 times 1. Then I bracketed it and then I put the squared side. Then I said plus 5.
I beg your pardon, 2.
2 times 1.
Everything in brackets.
Yeah. Squared plus 5.
Okay.
So 2 squared, that is actually 4. 2 times 2 is 4.
Yes, yes.
Plus 5 is equal to 9.
Oh, plus is equal to 9. Okay. Who can see the mistake here? Is this the first one with the mistake or this second one with the mistake? Because now, as if everyone has 6 people who are supporting their answer.
The first one.
The first one has a mistake. Eh?
The first one. So how?
I am asking, I don't know whether the first has a mistake or the second one.
Yes, the first one.
Second one.
The first one has a mistake.
No.
So I even said the first one has a mistake.
The first one.
Okay, let me put down the hands, and anyone who is very sure of which one has the mistake, you'll put up the hand. If you're very sure the one that you've seen has a mistake, you'll put up the hand and you'll explain to us why there is a mistake. Now, Gundi Elisha, you've already given us your answer, so you cannot again. That's why Rebecca's hand is down. Okay? The 2 people have given us, we have 7 and we have 9. Which one is correct? Your hand up. Apart from
So, but I can explain why the first one has a mistake.
Okay, Matthew, you can proceed and let us know.
The first one has a mistake because the first one, the person multiplied n by 2, and yet n, it was supposed to be 2 times 2.
2 times 2, all right. Thank you, Matthew. Who else has something to say? Ayo, your hand was up. What were you saying? I seem to have accepted.
I think the second one has a problem.
Why?
Because maybe if they wanted to square both 2 and n, they would have put brackets.
So please pick me. May I have the reason why?
But now you will be biased for you because you already have your answer here, unless you're coming to support the first one. Okay,
So
are you telling us something here, which I seem to have seen? But I want to put my judgment here when you look at this question. They are saying 2n squared. It is only n that has been squared. The 2 has not been squared. If at all 2 was squared, they would have written it like this: 2n everything squared, like that. But the fact that it is clear that it is only n that is squared, then you first get that n squared, then you multiply it by 2. So here what I expected everyone to do is that you'll get your 2n squared plus 5 like that. So where there is n, you replace it with 1. So this will be 2 into 1. It's actually n that is squared. Only n. The 2 was not squared. Plus 5, like that. Something like that. It is only n that is squared. That's what I'm trying to emphasize. Ayo has said the same. Rebecca has also confirmed with about 6 people here. So this will become 2 times 1. 1 squared is 1 plus 5. So this will be 2 plus 5 to give you your answer as 7. Because of time, allow me mark the people of group A as correct. This one, I would really question how the mathematics appeared at that point. Yes, Erisha? Erisha, can you proceed?
So you've also learned it, you've now understood it.
Erisha, you can proceed. Your hand is up.
Excuse me, sir. What I was trying to say, as they were teaching us,
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
That's 2n. The 2 like 10 times working with subsets.
Unfortunately, I didn't hear you. I really didn't hear you. Any other person who still believes 9 is the correct answer? Your hand up, maybe.
Samia was saying. So when they were teaching us, they told us 2n is 1 term. Now, as Rebecca said, she's saying 2n, 2, she's making n and 2 different terms. But now, when you're saying n is the only one that's squared, meaning 2 and n are different terms. And when you're studying subsets, the way they taught subsets shows that 2n is the same term. But here, you're now separating you're now making them two different terms.
Wait, I explain. This is the same term. This is one term actually, plus this one as another term. But this term here, n, is having a coefficient of 2. Not that everything is n here. Not that everything is n. The coefficients of n is the one that is 2. I don't know if you get that, but unfortunately our time is up. And I may not explain this many times. We may need so many examples for you to get this well. It is 2. The 2 is not a different term, but it's a coefficient of this unknown here. It's the unknown that is squared. Yeah, I really don't know how to explain this clearly to you, but take this down, drop this. It's a misconception if that is how you got it. You and the 4 other people who put up their hand. So if that is that, we want us to end it here, unless you want to say something else, Erisha, before we leave here. Otherwise, what you had said, indeed it's a term, but with a coefficient as 2. Okay, think silence means kindly drop that conception if that is how you perceived it. But for this, the square is only on n. Anyone who has still the same doubts, otherwise I want to end this here. Your hand up. How many people are in for 7 as the answer? I want to see if we can have some hands up. Rebecca, you gave us the same answer, so your hand cannot come up again. Okay, put down the hands. These are 4 people. How many people still believe 9 is the answer? 2 people. 1 person rather. Ethan, maybe you try to put in your view. I see. Maybe I need to clear. How did you get yours as well, Ethan?
The same way as Elisha.
Okay. Unfortunately, that way is absolutely it's not correct. I would really want to. I would have wished to show you some more examples that would help you remove that misconception. but unfortunately our time is not enough. Otherwise, take it the way I've said. The square is for only n, but not for this coefficient. And in the next lesson, if we ever have it, I wanted us to talk about the number machine. Yes.
According to me, the square does fit for only n if n was bracketed.
Okay, the square will only be for n if it was bracketed. Okay, I can't really explain that again, but then whether it is bracketed or not, provided the two terms here are not in brackets, then the square is for only one value. So probably we'll get time to talk about this again, but because of time, allow us to end there. Saying our next subtopic, we were to consider what we call the number machine, and the number machine looks like this. I really wanted us to go through it. Unfortunately, time can't allow. And this was the opening story about this statement. We'll talk about this number machine. Maybe just take that screenshot. And if we get time again, we'll talk about the number machine. If we don't get time, then this is going to be our last lesson this holiday. And I want to thank you for attending this lesson. And I want us to end this here. For now, I apologize for the network. That would have helped us probably move very fast. So I'll be ending this here and request that if you have a closing prayer, put up the hand and give us the closing prayer. This will be the last closing prayer we can have this in this lesson for math. And I pray that you keep reading your books, buy those books, and try to write fairly good notes even when you go back to your schools. And subjects that require projects, try to do them. Otherwise, you're about to go to senior 2, and project work is going to be more serious in senior 2 than senior 3. So if you can identify a project as early as senior 1, it can help you. Senior 2, you modify it, then senior 3, it's so good for you to look at. Right, I'm going to end it here. Give us a closing prayer and we do. Rebecca, do you want to give us a closing prayer? Rebecca, do you want to give us a closing prayer?
No.
Okay, then close the microphone for a person who wants to give us the closing prayer.
Dear Lord, we thank you for today. We thank you for the knowledge you have given us. We thank you for the teachers you've blessed us with. We pray we continue protecting our teachers, covering them with your precious blood. In the name of Jesus, we pray and believe. Amen.
All right, thank you so much, Elisha. And I pray that we concentrate and have nice term 2 as you go back to your schools.